Hello and welcome back to another installment of PokeFighter, where today I want to expand on something that I saw on another YouTuber's channel. And I will say, I've said this before, what's good for me and what's good for the game is good for everybody. And so there are a lot of, and there's not even a lot, there are several people who create daily, almost daily, you know, every other day Pokemon Duel content for YouTube. I think I think X Attack is the only one I know of that does Twitch, and I'm not a big Twitch user, so I actually, for full disclosure, I've never checked out one of his videos, but I hear they're really good. So definitely, if you're on Twitch, check him out. But there are only really a handful of Pokemon Duel YouTubers. And so the more that the game can get out and the more content that is created, the more people that are drawn into the game. And that's good for everybody. You know, selfishly, it's good for me. It increases my subscriptions, which increases my views. But it also helps grow those other channels, because if more people see my channels and I help promote, if more people are seeing my content and I help promote the other content creators, then it just grows. And hopefully more people will say, you know what, I can create content. I should create content for Pokemon Duel. And I fully encourage and endorse it. It's not going to be an easy road if you want to go down that path. The game is just, it's not Fortnite, where you can have 300 people every single day live streaming the game and all of them getting significant views. And Pokemon Duel is just not that game now. Maybe it can be, but I was checking out K-Dub's most recent, I think it's, as of recording this, I believe it is his most recent video. And I do want to step down for 1 second and say, Care Bear did his first commentary video. He's done a handful, you know, he's done several where he'll just put some games up to music and you can watch his battles, but he actually tried commentating. And so go show him some support. I will put a link in the description down below, and hopefully I remember to put one here. So go show him some love. He's just getting started in the game, probably not unlike a lot of you who are not in the game, but in the game of content creation. And a lot of you I know have said, what can I do? I know Devaney is starting off doing new videos. So that's good for everybody. Now, going back to the story, I was watching what I believe is K-Dub's most recent video, and he was giving out tips. You know, a lot of times I take for granted that everybody playing the game and watching my channel has been playing the game forever, and that's just not the case. I get a significant amount of, you know, what I would say like our novice type questions, and I'm happy to answer those. Go ahead, keep asking them. But K-Dub recognized this and kind of went back and did a video on deck building, how to get started building a deck, kind of what to look for and things of that nature, which is going to be really helpful if you are a newer player to the game, or maybe just kind of a refresher. Maybe he's got some ideas on how he creates decks that you haven't thought of, and you can take a tip or trick away from there. I will put a link in the description below, and hopefully there's one right here as well. But while he was going through all that, he talked about these figure sets. Now, if you go to your boosters, you'll see up at the top there, it says figure set. And there's 3 to choose from. You've got the grass, the fire, and then the ice. It's essentially, although this is more like a water. And all of them are conceptually the same. You're getting a legendary bird. So you have Zap, Moltres, Articuno. You're going to get one of the Swords of Justice. In this case, it is Virizion, Cobalion, and Terrakion. And then you're going to get a Gen 7 Middle Evolution starter. Gen 7 starter Middle Evolution, how about that? You're going to get a Gen 1 Evolution. You're going to get a Gen 1 starter and a Shuppet. And actually, the Gen 1 starter is actually the second evolution as well. And that got me to thinking, these have been out for a while, and you can only buy one. And as you can see, I have not purchase any of them because I saw they came out and I was like, yeah, who cares? But after watching K-Dub's video, I was looking at like, well, let's look at these decks a little bit deeper. Why do the developers feel like this is a good rocket starter set? And in my opinion, if you're going to promote something as being a rocket starter like they are, it says this deck can make your roster stronger immediately. Okay, so what do they like about these different decks? So I went in and I've actually built all three of these. I've only played with the first one, but I want to test this. Now, these are starter sets. Does that mean that they're really only good if you're a beginner in the game? Possibly. Or is this a deck that can be run at higher levels? Now, I am not at like crazy high levels. I've been up in the 3800s. I've peaked out almost at 3900. But, you know, right now I'm hanging out in the 33, 3400s, and I'm wondering, can this deck right here be competitive at that level? You know, if they're starting it off as a rocket starter set, then they probably think, you know, probably like 2500s and up to 3000. So what I've done is I've built this exact deck with the gold block and the X attack, but then I added in additional plates to fill out the roster, and I went ahead and put in the evolutions. Now, the reason why I chose this one to highlight first is because I already had a ton of resources invested into these figures, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe with enough investment, this deck can be viable. What you've got here is you've got a lot of mobility. You've got Virizion, which can hop over things that are not flying types. You've got Zapdos, which can soar over things that don't also have soar. You've got the Shuppet, which can move over everything that's not Yveltal or like Kirlia. I can't remember Kirlia's pre-evolution, and then Gardevoir. Can't go over those figures. And then if Yveltal is out, you can't go over dark types as well. Jolteon is going to be a runner / gold attacker. You've got two runners because Shuppet is also a runner. And then you've got Dartrix, which has a spinning attack, and then it also has a purple attack. And then you've got Ivysaur here, which I don't know. Like it's a common figure. I don't have high expectations for it. But you've got a pretty well-rounded deck here. You've got, you know, Zapdos with Thunder Charge is a purple attack. You've got Virizion with Typhoon Slash, a 2-star purple attack. You've got Swinging Throw on Dartrix, which is a 1-star purple attack. You've got Ivysaur with Sleep, which is a 1-star purple attack. And you have Shuppet, which is a 1-star purple Will-O-Wisp, which will burn your opponent. Jolteon and Zapdos have some synergy in the fact that Jolteon can move through paralyzed figures. So that's kind of the gist of this. Virizion is a little hampered because you do have two flying types. But since I've kind of gone over the nuts and bolts of this deck, I'm going to go ahead, and as you see, I'm at 3386. I think I've played 4 games, and this will be the first time that I've run it with any of the evolutions, because previously I just ran the deck as was. I have added in the evolutions. In the 4 games I've played, I think it's 4. In the 4 games I've played, I believe I went 2 wins, 2 losses. The deck actually has performed a lot better than I had originally expected it to. And, you know, that's kind of what we got. So as soon as we get an opponent here, we will jump in and play a game. If we get an Ultra Beast deck, we're in a world of hurt. Okay, so we're going up against a 3400 with the Mega Gengar, Mega Mewtwo Y, 2 Double Chance Gold Block, the Zoro, so it's a rush deck. It's a rush deck with 2 Megas, which is going to present some problems for us. The good news is that we go second. If that's good news, I don't know. We're going to have a difficult time with some of these figures for sure. So we're just going to surround our goal. If he brings speed down there, we will put Shuppet there. He's not going to. So we are going to bring Shuppet out. He'll probably bring Dio speed down. And then that's going to create a problem for me because no. Okay. That is actually, I'm actually okay with that. So now we're going to put our Zapdos down. He will bring his Mega Gengar down, I'm sure. I was surprised to see he didn't bring speed all the way down, but decided not to. We're going to go ahead and cover up our goal here. I wonder if he's going to bring his Dio speed down right to there. If he does, if he brings speed right there, then we might long throw. Very interesting decision there. Let's see what happens here. Is he gonna move his Rotom to take out my Zapdos is the question. I mean, it's really his only play. That's his only real smart play. And no. So he is going to bank on... Oh, I don't have long throw. Oi, mistakes were made, as Rico would say. Okay, so now I'm in a world of hurt. I would have played this differently. I thought I had long throw, and I don't. You know what would have been a better play? Would have been... I'm going to lose my Zapdos. A better play would have been Hurdle Jump there. My bad. My bad. Well, this is pretty much GG at this point, because I don't have enough figures that can win enough rolls for it to matter here. Will-O-Wisp is going to go down. And the funny thing is right before I did this video, I changed Zapdos from 51, 109 to 110, because it's been so long since I've seen a, hold on one second here. We're actually going to go with this option. It's been so long since I've seen a Zoro that I was like, you know what, I'm not going to have my figures playing for one figure when I don't even see it anymore. And then naturally the game trolls me. And we need to roll blue here. Oh, man. That would have been perfect. So we have to get the knockout. Swinging throw is actually what I'm looking for here. Okay, that's going to be good enough for the knockout there. And then we are definitely going to take the evolution. I'm glad I actually went in and set the evolutions, because we could knock out Rotom here. Of course we don't, but we could have knocked out Rotom. It would have been nice to knock out Rotom there. Okay. So now we're going to go, and as long as he doesn't roll blue, that's an easy KO for us. And we've kind of battled our way back out of a major... I mean, we're still in a major hole, don't get me wrong. But we've kind of battled our way out of it a little bit. You know, I think threatening his goal with Shuppet is the way to go here. Yeah, I thought that was going to be able to preserve our entry point. We're going to take our Shuppet there, so he has to cover goal. And then we are going to come out with our Virizion, because now we have the surround set up. So hopefully Gengar either has to back up and attack our Shuppet, or... Okay. Or he wants to go after that, and that's fine. He's now paralyzed, which does nothing to Coco. Part of my problem with Coco. Maybe could have attacked there, but I don't know. I don't think we need to. I think we're pretty solid. I mean, 40 is really our only losing roll. We'll just hop over there. And so it turns out we should have attacked. I'm actually going to do a swap spot here and go after, and he gets the dodge. Oh man, I should have attacked Coco. I wasn't looking far enough in advance. He'll probably hop over and surround my... Oh, okay. I actually would prefer him to have done that, because I definitely can knock this figure out. Man, that wasn't as much a foregone conclusion as I thought it was going to be. So, surprisingly enough, I think my opponent's made some very poor decisions play-wise, but so far we've held our own against a deck that really should have crushed us. I mean, we really had no business being in this game for this long. I'm not overly worried about speed form there. Does he not have... No, he doesn't have a max revive because he went with 2 megas. What I would like to do here is I would like to get my Shuppet over there on top of the Zoro, because my Shuppet's not great anyways, but I would love to take away Zoro's ability to swap, so then I can freely attack DOS. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put myself in that position to go after his Zoro with my Shuppet. If I get the Will-O-Wisp, that's like even better. My opponent heard what I was wanting to do. And not a big deal. I'm just going to close this off here. I could have potentially... Ooh, this could be nice. Nope, it's not. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to run up there. He's going to have to come attack me with his Mewtwo if he wants to keep it, and he doesn't do that. So it's actually going to put me in a position to where I can threaten the game. It's really easy for him to cover that, but what we're going to do here is we're going to X attack just in case, and really what we'd like to do is paralyze Zoro. Okay. If he rolled 50, we'd have been great there, but he didn't. But we took away Zoro's ability to swap out, which means now we can potentially sleep DOS. And we're actually going to go Hurdle Jump first. Because we don't, if we are going to get the sleep, sleeping Mewtwo would be great. If Mewtwo, if Ivysaur gets knocked out here, that's game over. But, okay, so now we're going to get the free attack on speed form. Putting it to sleep would be great. Ah. And that's game. We were in it there for a while. And honestly, we needed one more roll than we got. And I'm not even saying that we got bad rolls. We just needed one more roll than we got. If speed form doesn't roll its gold there, I think we're good. Because then he's asleep, he can't get to him, and I'm going to be able to clear out my bench. And I feel like we're in really good shape there. But unfortunately, we just didn't get that one extra roll. If speed form had not knocked out my Shuppet, if my Shuppet had rolled Will-O-Wisp, into the white from speed form over in the corner, then we could have negated out Zoro's ability earlier. We're most likely going to get smashed by this deck. I don't know why we're going up against a 3,700 player, but we are. And so let's see how we do in this matchup. He's got speed form. I'm sure it's chain level 10. Coco is Coco. And until there is a solid answer to Coco, and here's my problem. And why I have major concerns is because you can't create a counter to Coco, because then everybody's just going to run that, and then that's going to be a problem. Does that make sense? Like, Coco came out to counter Mew, and then everybody ran Coco and everybody dropped Mew because Coco was so much better than every other figure because Mew was so good. Well, now the problem is Coco is so good that you've got to figure out a way to counter Coco. But when you do so, whatever you make is going to be so obnoxiously good that now you're stuck with creating another broken figure. And so that's the problem that I have with Coco, is there's no way to counter it. Your only options are to nerf it at this point. And so here we go. DOA has no winning rolls against us except for Dimensional Slip. Like, no matter what, if I roll white, I win, or I could roll miss. If I roll white, I win. If I roll Grass Knot, I win. If I roll Typhoon Slash, I win. So miss is my only bad roll here. We did not get that, and that is going to be the KO. The question is, do we double chance? I say we do. No, yeah, do we double chance his goal? Oh. So he elected to not put a figure on goal. So we will camp Virizion out over here so that it's always in the back of his mind of, I can't just have the one figure on goal. He's going to take his Combuskin over there and try for Cyclone Kick, which he's not going to get. He's going to get the weak spot kick. I'm actually going to take that, and we will move over towards the other corner now. Just always have the fear of Virizion in the back of his mind. That's going to probably be good enough. We will advance. We do have goal block in this deck as opposed to the long throw. So if Coco decides to go ham, I do have some protection, if you will. Sleeping him here would be... that's not going to happen. That was fun while it lasted. We will bring out Zapdos. We are going to advance with Zapdos. We're just going to keep the pressure on. I could have closed off that entry point with Virizion, but then he would have just been able to free out his other entry point with Zapdos. We're looking to create decisions for him. This is going to create a decision for him. What does he cover his goal with? Or does he just slide over? Okay, so he elected to just slide over. And that's fine. We will close off this entry point. At some point, he's going to have to bring out his Shiny Rayquaza. And this is that time. We do have winning rolls. Not a lot, but we do have some. We'll bring Rowlett or Dartrix out to the back line. Definitely going to cover up that entry point on the next turn. Okay. That works. Now we have both of his entry points. My goal situation probably has never been weaker. Wow. Yo, what's up? All right, all right. So I'm just going to put Shuppet on goal. I'm not delirious enough to think that I have a good situation going on here with my figures. I feel like he's vastly stronger than I am everywhere on the board. But that being said, I'm going to do a swap spot you with you. And I'm going to get my Shuppet up here to create some problems. I imagine he's going to take Combuskin out here. Probably go after my Shuppet. Maybe go after my Zapdos. And I'm wrong. But okay. My phone is getting a little toasty here, so it's kind of doing its own thing. And he is going to get the Cyclone Kick to go down. I feel like this is a good time to cycle out my figures. Okay, so we have cycled through the figures now, unfortunately. It would have been nice to be able to keep those. And in fact, it might be worth it to... First of all, we're going to go try to block this off. It might be worth it to take Zapdos and attack into... Interesting. Because we do have the 110 into the 100 as a winning roll. It seems odd that when you attack Tracheon, oh, look at Ivysaur. So we're going to go ahead and take that evolution, and this game is not over yet. Like, what I was saying before is I find it very interesting the number of times that you roll what would have been blue into Terrakion. I find that very, very interesting. 147.60, that's actually a really nice Venusaur. Very nice Venusaur. Lots of potential with it. Okay. That's disheartening. I'm actually going to double chance now. And what I'm going to do is either try to get the knockout or the sleep. And we have a lot of good rolls here. That was one of the good rolls, especially when he rolled the miss. That gave us a lot of good rolls. What I'm going to do with my Virizion next is park it. Ooh, that's going to be the surround on Zapdos. We are getting some definitely favorable rolls here. What I'm going to do with Virizion is I want to park it next to... I'm actually going to attack. Melee, melee, wish. And now I need to figure out a way to get my Jolteon out and into the mix. Definitely don't want to leave Jolteon on the goal. especially when I have Venusaur as such a monster. Okay, so now what I was gonna do is I'm gonna try to make this a 2-on-3 game. I'm gonna try to make this so that he has to leave 2 of his figures back at all times. Let's see how well we do with that plan. I do still have the gold block. I still have Pokemon Switch as well. Oh, Cyclone Kick. Such a devastating move. I knew he was going to do that. Solid. Maybe I should just leave Jolteon at goal. Jolteon has been coming through clutch. Gold block, he has the switch. Man, a sleep would be great here. Man, if all he's going to do is roll, I can't beat 141. It's about time for him to roll the 30. He's rolled everything but 30 now. So 30 or miss is what we're looking for here. No, that's my bad. I wasn't specific enough. I was looking for him to roll his 30, not me roll my 30. And now we're in quite a bit of trouble here. He's going to have to roll his 30 or miss. Of course, he will most likely roll his 30 into my purple, which would be bad. Fly would be really bad here as well. Fly would not be bad if I roll gold. I can't leave this Combuskin sitting here. That's twice Zapdos has rolled the 50 into that Cyclone Kick. Again, there's just no way you can leave this figure sitting here for this long. He's in God mode right now, and I just can't have that. Like, I know that the odds are in my favor of him not. Okay, Roost is okay. I'd have preferred him roll his gold there, though, if I was going to hit the 147. The odds are eventually he's going to roll either miss or the 30. We're going to have to go after the Zapdos again. I don't like it, but we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to go after it again. At this point, our only option is to knock out this Zapdos. So we either need to sleep it or flat out knock it out. And that was the worst case scenario right there. That was... You know, again, I'm in the game. I'm having opportunities. And I'm not getting a roll. Look at that. I want to say that I lost like the last 7 rolls, and they weren't all good matchups. I'm not saying that I had great matchups and blah, 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 blah. But for his Combuskin to never roll miss or the 30, to not be able, for him to roll Roost when I landed a knockout blow. Yeah. So ultimately, do I think the deck is competitive? Yes. I actually think you can play this deck. I don't think you can win at 4K, honestly. Well, I don't know. I mean, that guy was 3,700, and until he won like 9 straight rolls at the end, like he wasn't in control of that game at any point. So yeah, I actually think you can run the starter pack gold, whatever you want to call it, and be competitive. So if you are newer to the game and you're looking for a way to get started, you have my blessing if you want to spend the gems to crack this open and get a well-rounded deck. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw here today. I hope you found some of that information useful. And until next time.